This is the ugly truth about Deutsche Bank's stock chart. So I've prepared for you some technical analysis and going back looking for clues and footprints within the Deutsche Bank stock chart going back to 2012. I'm sure if I went back further than 2012, I could find more evidence of this. But the Deutsche Bank stock price every couple years since 2010 or so has gone down quite a bit every couple years. And then in 2012, the Deutsche Bank stock price got to around $48 a share, and then it struggled again. So it's been going lower. It's been making lower highs. And I can show you through the stock chart here that there's many examples, and I put red circles of them, where basically on the chart, there's a falling knife. And if you're familiar with the old Wall Street adage, it's a professional trader would not catch a falling knife. But there's so many examples. There's not 23 red circles, but there's multiple examples within the red circles, including that enormous period from September 19th, 2016 through January 22nd of 2018, a 16-month period where there was an enormous amount of manipulation to try to reverse the chart on Deutsche Bank. This was, I would call this the last major stand for Deutsche Bank share price manipulation before on January 22nd, 2018. And I also put a red dot there where the manipulation basically begins to permanently fail. And that was the last moment there. There was a big dive down. So on September 19th, 2016, there was an enormous volume spike. And that actually coincides with right when Deutsche Bank was about to get the really, really big fine from the U.S. Department of Justice. And Deutsche Bank over the years, as far as I can tell through the research I've done, Deutsche Bank since 2003 has been fined well over $10 billion worth of fines by regulators in the United States, the United Kingdom, and Europe for a bunch of different things like LIBOR manipulation and others. So there's been just enormous amounts, in my opinion, of manipulation in the Deutsche Bank stock chart, preventing it from totally collapsing up until this point. And there still is some manipulation, but my point is that it's the law of diminishing returns. The manipulation is just not in the Deutsche Bank share price, is just not having the effects that it used to. And so who knows if it's the plunge protection team or one of them, there's a handful, or the Exchange Stabilization Fund or the European Central Bank or the Bank of International Settlements or even the Federal Reserve or the U.S. Treasury Department because of all the counterparty risk. We don't know. But I think I've made it clear here. And if you look on the charts, there's a lot of falling knives in the Deutsche Bank stock chart, and it is not natural at all for there to be tons of V-shaped rallies. Just tons, where the stock chart looked like it was in about to start a very pronounced downtrend, and then all of a sudden you magically see a rally. And there's just too many of them for this to be natural. This is a very artificial chart. And that long period of 16 months, which was the last stand of the major manipulation, that forced a big rally from September 19th, despite Deutsche Bank paying an enormous fine to the U.S. settlement with the U.S. Department of Justice. All that manipulation could do was it caused a rally for a while, and then the stock still started to sputter and crash in a big trading range with volatility. So that was the best the manipulation could do. And if you look on the charts here, it's the law of diminishing returns. After 2014, the chart clearly went into a downtrend, and the rallies are nowhere near as powerful. So I had a listener request, like I said, asking why Deutsche Bank hasn't collapsed yet. People have been predicting its collapse for a long time. And here in the charts, this is why Deutsche Bank has not collapsed yet. There's been a Herculean, gargantuan effort going back at least 7 years, probably longer than that. If I used a longer term chart, I probably could have found even more evidence of this. But just in the last 7 years or so, there's been an enormous amount of evidence, and the footprints are in the charts, you can see, because any professional trader who's managing money, even their own money, would not buy a falling knife like that. It had to be some larger, bigger entity to come in and use other people's money or even fake monopoly money to go and reverse that trend. But the main point to take away here is that we're at the law of diminishing returns with the manipulation of the Deutsche Bank share price. The rallies are going to be very, very weak compared to the past. You're not going to see those big, almost straight up rallies that we've seen in the past, as you can see on the charts. So that's all I wanted to cover for this short video. Deutsche Bank share prices will probably in the near future eventually go to zero. They may try that reverse stock split, like I said, but ultimately, as you can tell from the charts, that after 2014, the Deutsche Bank share price was in a very pronounced downtrend. It hit two peaks there around the same price in 2013 or late 2012, and then again in 2014, and that was the last strong rally, and it's been going downhill pretty much ever since. Now, the manipulation has been slowing the terminal velocity, the death spiral, but really after January 22nd, 2018, it doesn't seem to be having nearly as much effect as it used to. And I think a lot of the V-shaped ones, if you go through and look on the charts, you can definitely tell that no professional trader would want to come in and catch that falling knife. And yet there's so many examples on the stock chart of falling knives that are being caught. So that's it for this short video. Just wanted to go and show you guys who were curious about the Deutsche Bank stock chart and why Deutsche Bank hasn't collapsed yet. You can see in the chart that there's been a lot of effort to delay basically the inevitable. Please like this video, share it with friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to the Wall Street for Main Street YouTube channel if you have not already done so. Thanks for helping Wall Street for Main Street pass the 20,000 YouTube channel subscriber milestone despite YouTube censorship. Hopefully, we'll be able to get to 30,000 or even 40,000 YouTube channel subscribers quickly if YouTube doesn't shut down this channel. If YouTube does shut down this channel, remember to also sign up for the Wall Street for Main Street email list that's on the wallstreetformainstreet.com website and will tell you where the videos are going to be uploaded instead of YouTube. Also, if you really like the content and you decide that you want to give a one-time donation, you can go to wallstreetformainstreet.com. That's wallstreetformainst.com website where there's different options for you to do so. Or you can become a Patreon contributor. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to providing my loyal listeners with some of the best information, analysis, and financial education available out there, free or paid, as I work to grow the podcast and also get my educational technology company funded.